Okay, so this may be an unpopular video. And y'all have ran this woman down regarding this whole coffee date thing, okay? But I genuinely want to ask this question. Now, I want to preference by saying that this is no shade or disrespect to any woman, to the creator who made the original video, and to any women who agree with her about coffee dates. It's just a no-go, right? I genuinely have a question, though. What's wrong with coffee dates? I've heard people's comments and videos and, statements regarding coffee dates are low effort to them. That's no investment. That man is not putting any kind of investment into you by showing up and showing out on your first date or whatever, right? And I understand that. I understand it. I get it. But maybe I'm looking at a coffee date or something so intimate in a different way than others when it comes down to first dates or getting to know somebody. For me, this is just speaking for me. There may be other women that also agree, but this is just speaking for myself. I don't value a man's dollar over mine, which means I don't put so much effort into how much you can spend on me. I rather value the time that you decide and that you choose to spend with me versus you spending it with another woman. That will always mean more than anything. Furthermore, if this is considered a first date or we're getting to know each other, in my opinion, coffee dates or something as such an intimate setting is just what it needs to be in order for you to get to know someone and have a legit conversation to understand who they are. Having all of that extra is a distraction. Now, ladies, let's really be honest. And again, this is no disrespect to your preference, but I'm really asking this question. Let's be honest, ladies. If we go out on a date with a man, he pulls up in his nice car. He got a Rolex on his wrist. He got a nice pull up in a nice little Maybach or something. If he got money, you know what I'm saying? Nice little Maybach or whatever. And I mean, he just dressed down to the T, honey. We not focusing on no food. We not focused on the lavish restaurant that he done took us to. We are plotting in our minds what he could do for us. Is that the point of the date, though? That's going to distract us from getting to know each other by me because let's be real, I'm looking at if you can take care of me. I'm looking at if we have children, if you can take care of our family. I'm trying to see how much money you make, what kind of cards you finna pull out. Yeah, I'm looking, you got some friends. Like, we're looking at all of the things that we don't need to be looking at instead of focusing on what's coming out of his mouth. I'd rather have an intimate conversation with you to understand where you make your money from and how long you have been in that career, to understand if you have longevity and that this is going to be a continuous financial stability. How do we get to know that if we're not being in an intimate setting to really focus and pay attention to the conversation? I don't see nothing wrong with coffee dates. I don't see nothing wrong with a walk in a park to get to know you. I want to focus on what you're saying to me. I want to focus on what's coming out of your mouth. I want to focus on the words of how you're pronouncing your letters, okay? Because that stuff means more to me than you spending so much money on a first date. I want to know that you're pronouncing the word the with a TH and not a DA. Yeah, that kind of stuff, that works my nerve, okay? And that's the kind of stuff that's important to me. Is how do you pronounce your words? How do you speak to me? How do you speak to someone? How do you carry on your conversation? How articulate are you? Because those things will determine if he has the ability to make the amount of money that you would like for him to make to take you on those lavish dates. So again, it's nothing wrong with your preference and that you feel that coffee dates are low effort. It's nothing wrong. I'm not shading any woman who prefers. I'm not shading the original creator. I'm not shading any woman who prefers this. But I guess my question is, what are you looking for within that date? Are you trying to know this man? Or are you trying to see what he can do for you in the future visually? I'm just asking a question. You can call me, pick me. You can da-da-da-da-da. And listen, Because I've seen comments too where, of course, people didn't said the girl, she should be grateful for. Let me tell you something. Size, complexion, and all of the things has nothing to do with whether a woman should accept a coffee date or not. I thought that was the most ridiculous and asinine comments that I've seen, that she should just accept what she get because she fat. That's a whole nother story. That is utterly ridiculous. And I don't want you to think that that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because trust. She's never had any issues with getting any type of man to pay her any kind of attention. But I just really want to understand what's wrong with the intimacy of not having all of the distractions, not having all of the hoopla going on, and just really focus in on who are you? Paying attention to your mannerisms, paying attention to how you talk to the waiter or the waitress, right? Understanding or listening to see if you are aware of what's going on in the world with us today. If you place a nice looking man in front of me that got all these nice clothes in this big fancy restaurant, I'm not paying attention to none that come out of his mouth. Let's be honest. And I guess maybe we should kind of elaborate more on what's low effort, because for me, right, as long as you come to this date smelling good, looking good, showered, decent clothes, right? Nice pair of shoes on your feet, nice clothes, well manicured, haircut. That's all fine and dandy for me. So what is the low effort part? Is it because he didn't spend a lot of money on you? And then if he spends a lot of money up front, how much further can he go to show you the lengths that he could go in doing more for you if he's doing it all on the first date? I'm not trying to cause no argument. I really would like to have this dialogue conversation, because what's the point of the initial date then? Is it to show the woman that he can do for her financially? Is that what you want the first date to be about? Is he auditioning to know I can financially take care of you? Or are you just genuinely trying to understand who the person is that sit in front of you? And some people may say, well, you can do that too in a restaurant. You can. You can get to know someone in a nice, lavish restaurant. You can. But if that's the case, then why does it make a difference if it's at a coffee shop or a nice, fancy restaurant? Because you should still get the same end result, which is getting to know that person. So I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. All right. This may be an unpopular video. Fine. But I'm just curious. What's your purpose of dating?